What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen the title was going down. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see here. Got Sarah Fields. Make sure y'all follow Sarah Fields. I'm not even gonna lie, has a lot of information, especially within this case. Says here, according to a response to my open records request to Frisco ISD, there are over 104,000 emails. 104,000 emails between staff members mentioning the names Jeffrey Metcalf, Megan Metcalf, Carmelo Anthony since April 2nd of 2025. To obtain every email, I would need to pay $1,800. I am currently trying to find a way to narrow down my request and search terms. However, the number of emails is still insane to me. So literally have it here. If y'all are wanting to help, and to do this, this is the Cash App, Sarah Fields, and it has the money sign, My Shoes on Fire 7. Or y'all can just use y'all phones on this video and, use the camera for, This is also her Venmo at Sarah-Fields-37. So y'all can also check that out. But to obviously to get those emails, there you go. Says, I'm going to attempt to narrow down the request. Once I get a new estimate, hopefully I think I will go ahead and crowdfund for the amount. For those who want to go ahead and donate, here's my Cash App, Venmo. I may start a GoFundMe based on how much they require for the deposit and go from there. So I'm not even going to lie. From what I've seen from Sarah Fields is that she's doing a lot that she can. And I'm not even going to lie. It's actually pretty dope. It's pretty dope just for the simple fact that it shows that, people genuinely actually care about what's going on, because there are a lot of things that are hidden when it comes to this case. There are a lot of things that definitely need to come, when it comes to, come into the light, because I don't know. It's just insane. I feel like so many things need to be out, but it's obviously not. And I feel like when it comes to people like, myself, even, Sarah Fields, we got, think Retro Steph put out something. Okay, Rick, even Benny, Tatum, having people that are literally, and not to mention, Reverend Jordan Wells, especially, on X as well, that are literally putting out more and more things when it comes to this is definitely important, and I definitely love it. So big shout outs to y'all. And if I didn't mention you, I definitely apologize. But I know that a lot of people are staying on this case, because what happens is that they try to do these things to have it swept up under the rug. And when it comes to people like myself and others, definitely not trying to let that happen. So it definitely is important. But y'all see here, this is the Venmo as well as her Cash App. So make sure y'all check those out if y'all are willing to do that. Got it here. Like I've been saying, I've posted this message multiple times. Literally says, I'm from Allen, Texas. Carmelo went to school with my grandson, and my grandson told us about Carmelo having sticky fingers. The tents are set up for the team to keep their equipment out of the sun and rain, and a place to keep their personal belongings secure. This is why they don't want anyone in their team area, which a lot of people are saying. And in the video that I'm going to mention, y'all, that Carmelo supposedly ran into another tent because it was raining. Not to mention, from sources, coming from Sarah Fields, that people were saying that it was light rain, and people, they make up lies. Carmelo obviously saying this post from right here that Carmelo obviously has sticky fingers. Says Carmelo has been known to go through players' bags and students' backpacks. Carmelo has been caught in school for stealing, and his reaction is to throw fists. And it will probably come out in trial. Thank you for this messaging video. I agree with everything you stated. So look, check it out. Not to mention this saying that, his reaction is to throw fists, but all in all, Carmelo also has got in trouble for having knives in school. So that should tell you something too. Pretty insane, right? Then you got Carmelo's dad, literally says you can't make this up, saying basically that he's a good kid. Says the father of Texas teen accused of fatally unaliving a football star from rival school over a seat at the stadium says his son is a good kid who was provoked to violence. Everyone has already made their assumptions about my son, but he's not what they're making him out to be. Andrew Anthony to the Post. Carmelo Anthony, 17, was arrested Wednesday for not allegedly, because Carmelo obviously stated that out of his own mouth that It wasn't alleged. He did it. That was in the police report as, Carmelo was, standing there. And we know when the police officer stopped him. 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a track meet. And says Anthony insisted his son did not instigate the tragic brawl over a seat at the stadium in Frisco, Texas, where the boys' schools had a meet for a track meet. He was not the aggressor. He was not the one who started it. Anthony said, Anthony's father, which clearly is a whole different thing. My thing is that I'm sitting here thinking, on this. And my thing is, it says where the boys' schools had a meet or had met for a track meet, Carmelo Anthony wasn't qualified to even go to that track meet. Wasn't even qualified. So skipped school and went to that track meet. Pretty insane. Check this out. This is Reverend Jordan Wells.
Carmelo Anthony is going to lose this case, and it's not going to have anything to do with Carmelo being guilty, which he is. It's going to be because of his uneducated idiot minister that keeps getting online and making everybody even more pissed, playing the victim. Your child, right? So people don't know anything about law. The jury is going to be picked out of that town. They already probably have an opinion about Carmelo, right? So as you get on there and sound unsympathetic, you get on there and sound like you're attacking the father, which he got on a new live. And he was basically saying that he didn't know if the reason they put him out is because they didn't know if he had a gun, and they were fearful, and they didn't know what he was there to do, and just very nasty. And so that he's going to lose the case, because by the time the whole jury is going to be done made a decision that he's guilty because of the stupidity of this dude who's not even a lawyer.
I'm telling y'all. And the thing, he's not even a lawyer, for real. The big facts. But the thing is that how I look at it, when it comes to this Dominique Alexander, it's just a money grab. This is to use, obviously, Carmelo, the way that he talked, the way that he's doing. It's to use Carmelo and his family. Obviously, if y'all look at the past years from Dominique Alexander, this is a person who wants to be, this top advocate for black people. This top advocate for, especially as y'all can see, a black team that's clearly in the wrong about this whole thing, which is pretty crazy to me. My thing is, not to mention, this whole Dominique Alexander, if y'all seen my video from a couple days ago, this Dominique Alexander is the same person that is trying to push for not being violent, especially not being violent to women, but then is literally put his girlfriend or wife or whoever in the hospital. Not to mention the whole when it came to the baby, being violent to a baby. Like I'm just, my thing is that all of that needs to be looked into. All of that, people have to pay attention to. And like I said in this video, in the beginning of this video, that it is important for myself and others to put this out here. It's definitely important. It's straight sick. Came across this video that somebody showed and sent, and I definitely have to show y'all how insane the statements are.
Crazy to me how everyone in Texas is all about stand your ground and self-defense until that person doesn't look like me. This case is racially charged, and stick with me here. If the roles were reversed, if Carmelo Anthony was 220 pounds with his twin brother, picking on a white kid, putting hands on a white kid, and he got unalived, y'all would say that he got exactly what was coming to him, and if he would have kept his hands to himself, he would still be here today. Because y'all want to say, oh, it's not self-defense. Austin and his brother are 220-pound football players, and Carmelo was 130 pounds. If you can't visualize that, I'm 180. I got 50 pounds on the kid. Not only were they both in his face, but one of them put hands on him. He was scared. You can't tell me that racist.
Now he was scared. Now they pushing this to he was scared.
Isn't a thing because it's in my TikTok comments, and I've seen hundreds of comments on Facebook. So if you flip this scenario and Carmelo Anthony was the aggressor in this situation, in your opinion, change?
First, it was Carmelo getting bullied in the past by these brothers. Now it's they were bullying him and they touched it, and Carmelo was scared to, like, I feel like they're trying to make every excuse in the book to protect somebody that clearly unalive somebody. And I have to say that for the people that's always in my comments, I have to say that on YouTube, bro. I know what it is. Trust and believe. But he's clearly in the wrong.
You are racially biased. And to the white people in my comments calling me a white savior, God forbid I have empathy. If you're RICS, just say that and move on. In my last video, I said I didn't know why Carmelo Anthony was sitting under that tent. Turns out it started raining and Carmelo got permission from the coach. That's not even his school. He got permission from a coach to sit under that tent. Granted, it's
where are they getting this information from? My thing is, where are they getting this information? About bro, it's not hard. Like, it's not hard to sit here and actually like people got to be real with themselves. Got permission from their coach. If they got permission from their coach, why would Austin Metcalf and his brother say anything to Carmelo in the first place? Like, why, if Carmelo got bullied from in the past, why would Carmelo walk up to the tent knowing that that's supposedly the people that they say that he got bullied from? There's so, like, I'm just saying, like, there's so many lies and BS that people put out that it's insane, bro.
It's free seating, but he got specific permission. Don't get me wrong.
Free seating is insane. Free seating is insane, especially, he skipped school, wasn't he supposed to be there, in another school's tent.
It's absolutely tragic that Austin lost his life. His parents lost their son. No parent should have to ever lose their kid. But it makes me think, what?
Hold on, wait. Not to mention, bro. Hold on, wait. I have to ask this question. I have to ask this question, y'all. If I'm just trying to figure out everything. Like, if Carmelo skipped school, they said he was supposed to be supporting a friend. His school was there, I'm pretty sure. He just didn't qualify for it. Why didn't he go sit in his school's tent? And even if, like, how is he so unknown? Like, bro, I have so many questions about.
What would have happened if Austin and Hunter would have left Carmelo alone and not talked to him, not approached him, not
regardless of the more of the story, regardless of the situation, Carmelo's in the wrong. I don't care what nobody say, bro. And I don't know what she's speaking on.
Gated a situation and then escalated it by putting hands on him. I feel like Austin and Hunter were looking for trouble because if they were really so aggravated by this kid sitting there for whatever reason, they would have gotten an adult to remove him. They wouldn't have approached him, talked shit, and put hands on him. I'll probably get crucified for this, but I don't care. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong.
She got that backwards. She got that backwards. She said what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And she's basically saying that the Metcalf brothers was wrong and Carmelo was right. Bro, what? Am I tripping? Am I tripping, bro? Like, I'm just saying. And then she says, let me go back.
And they would have gotten an adult to remove him. They wouldn't have approached him, talked shit, and put hands on him. I'll probably get crucified for looking for trouble because if they were really...
They were looking for trouble. But then again, you have a kid that ain't got in trouble for having a knife in school, fights from a young lady that actually got on the news saying that he's known for fighting. Got in trouble for having knives in school and then skipped school. Wasn't he supposed to be there? Wasn't he supposed to be there? But the Metcalf brothers, the ones that was qualified for that track meet. And they were looking for trouble. That's insane, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. That's actually insane. I came across this video too. Check this out, y'all.
So I just watched that entire press conference from Carmelo Anthony's family. You know, the 17-year-old, other 17-year-old at the track meet. Yeah, him. And honestly, I don't think they should have done this press conference at all. I think it did them more harm than good. Here are the 6 major red flags that I heard. Number 1, they started off bad by kicking out Austin Metcalf's dad. Yeah, the dad to the kid who actually died showed up, and they found that to be inappropriate and had police actually escort him off the grounds. Now, I understand that maybe it's a little bit odd or weird that he would just show up and maybe you feel intimidated by clarify that. However, he is the father of the victim who actually passed away. They went as far as to say that him showing up to the press conference was disrespectful to the dignity of Austin Metcalf.
The father being at this press conference is a disrespect to the dignity of his son.
No, every time I see this dude, I just laugh because he's for real like a cornball. Bro.
What an insane statement to make. You guys are the ones who should be showing him some respect. I get that it's a tough situation for both sides, but at least your son is still alive. 2, the amount of name dropping that the spokesperson did for his company was egregious.
The next
and for the people that say, I had people comment on my last, well, it wasn't my last video, it was a couple of videos back, about this company. When I was reading about this next generation company that he has, it's definitely important on why I was putting that out. He was using this company. This is where it begins to where it's all about Dominique Alexander and his company or whatever is going down. It's a money grab, bro.
Action Network has been here.
He said Next Generation Action Network like 12 different times. I had to stop counting after a certain point. Are you here to plug your company or here to support the family? Pick one. 3, having the audacity to blame the school for the actual death. Yeah, he said that the school should be held accountable for not actually canceling the meet because of the rain.
I'm trying to find how many of y'all have asked the superintendent or one single board of trustee, why didn't you cancel or postpone with weather in that magnitude?
I'm sorry, y'all. This shit is insane, bro. Oh, I don't think I can finish this video, bro. I'm sorry for cussing. I don't think I can finish this. I didn't even hear this part. This man said, why didn't you cancel or postpone the meet? What does that got to do with anything, bro? Carmelo was not qualified to even be there, bro. He wasn't even supposed to be there. Even if. What does that have to do with him doing that? Like, I'm just confused. This dude is a straight goofy. I don't care what nobody say. This dude is a goofy to me. He's a goofy to me because he can't be for real. Ask him why they didn't cancel the meet. Why like what? So now it's the school's fault. It's the school's fault. Carmelo did that. Like what my thing is, if he's the real person that says, well, if we know he's not, y'all would use Carmelo as an example. This is what you shouldn't do as a black kid or any kid at all. We're not even gonna throw black, any kid at all. This is what you're not gonna do. You don't do this. But instead, they're blaming a school for not canceling because of light rain. Come on, y'all.
You couldn't have a track meet in rain or thunderstorm or clouds.
Apparently, he doesn't know that.
Bro, that's news to me because when I was ran track in high school, rain, thunder, let it pass. Clouds, bro, like clouds. So it got to be clear skies for you to have a track meet. This dude's goofy, bro. Like I can't take him serious.
Oftentimes, athletes will perform in the rain, and guess what? 99.9% of the time, they're able to go home without having any stab wounds to the chest.
Exactly.
Then they even had the audacity to try to complain about the school wanting to expel Carmelo for, someone.
But Frisco ISD has notified of their intent to expel Carmelo Anthony from school 1 month before his high school graduation. That just shows me that Frisco ISD.
Can't you you can get your GED in prison or something, can't you? Can't you get something? You can do that. Like if he's serious about school and stuff like that, he can do that in prison. I'm pretty sure you can. Like all jokes aside. They probably will let him grad. Well, I don't know. I don't know how that works when it comes to expelled. You've been expelled, so I don't know.
He's trying to push off the blame.
Like, what planet are you living on? You can't bring a weapon onto school grounds, pull it out, stab someone, and then just be expected to walk at your graduation next week. Like, no, it doesn't work that way, buddy. Then we got to talk about the tone of the mom's message.
I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in the laws of this state. But those laws must apply to all of us.
I guarantee Dominique Alexander wrote that for her to say. I guarantee Dominique Alexander wrote that for her to say. She didn't come up with none of that on her own. They practiced that and all of that. I'm telling you. And then you got Carmelo and Anthony. Man, I ain't even gonna go into his father, bro. Like I already said that, in a different video.
Not just some of us.
Now, I get it. She's distraught. Apparently, she's got all these death threats coming at her and her family, which is horrible, and those people are absolutely disgusting. However, Austin Metcalf's family also has death threats being thrown at them because a lot of people in America are garbage. But
not only those threats, swatted, and most of all, most of all, lost their son. But she wants to go up here playing like she victim.
The fact that she went up to that podium and was pretty much yelling at everyone, was so angry, it just doesn't come across the right way. Austin Metcalf is dead. You don't get to act like you're the bigger victim in the situation. Exactly. I'm sorry, but most of the public is not going to view it that way. And lastly, they are racializing the hell out of this case. There were so many racial undertones in the commentary that was being made.
Black people in America don't have to pull the race card. It's what we live as a reality every day. I ain't pulling no race card. I live it. I'm reminded all the time that I'm a black man in America.
I get it. Being black in America comes with its own set of challenges. I would never deny that. However, I don't see what race has to do with this situation. Even if Austin Metcalf said,
let me tell y'all something, bro. You black and you watching this video, be great, bro. You white, you watching this video, be great. You yellow, green, purple. I don't care what color you are. Be great, bro. Stop using this whole, because I'm this. Forget all of it. Set your mind something, and I promise you can do it. Because let me tell y'all something. Before I started doing this YouTube stuff, I thought that I could never do it, bro. Because I grew up within a family of Democrats. It made me feel like I couldn't do nothing because of the color of my skin. That's bullshit. And I say that, and it makes me mad because the simple fact that I thought that I could never be a YouTuber. And I'm being so for real. If y'all know me, I started my YouTube doing car videos. Started off doing car videos. They're deleted now, but I'm big into cars. If y'all look at my Instagram, I literally post my cars all the time. And I love cars. So when I tell y'all, bro, that I watched it was this white kid, Supercar Suspects. Out in California, and I grew up just wanting, I love YouTube, and I seen him like what he was doing, going to this, going to that, and it obviously it ain't as big, it's pretty big now when it comes to the these car YouTubers and stuff like that doing whatever, pretty insane now with the whole car community, because back when I was in it was completely different. But more of the story is I seen it and I thought that I couldn't do it. Because I had this person in my ear, this person in my ear, because forget all that, bro. You put your mind to it and stop having that mentality to where, it's because of the color of my skin, you're not going to get nowhere, bro. I promise you're not. Have that mentality. Forget all that color stuff. Have that mentality. You human. And if you smart and you have that mentality to where you don't sit there and you have to be like this Dominique Alexander, I live it and not, come on with it, bro.
Racial things towards Carmelo Anthony, it would still not excuse him pulling out a knife and stabbing him in the heart. So bringing up race in these matters and acting like that's why people have an issue with your son doing that is ridiculous, and it actually holds the black community back further because it makes it look like we're always complaining about ridiculous things when we should clearly be able to say that wrong is wrong. Carmelo Anthony deserves a fair trial. Absolutely. Do I still believe that his self-defense claim is a little bit ridiculous? Yes, I do. Do I reserve the right to say that I'm wrong if something crazy comes out in the trial and there's some piece of evidence that we didn't know about? Yeah, sure. But as of right now, I don't see what that would be. The fact that the family is even deciding to give this press conference and not just wait for the trial shows that they clearly care about public perception. So do you think that this press conference helped them with that, or did it just make things worse for them?
I feel like it definitely made things worse for them because of what was said. Dominique Alexander especially. Him going and making more videos on his Facebook. If y'all don't know, I think it's like Minister Dominique Alexander or something like that. And y'all literally see the videos that he's putting out. I'm telling y'all, he's not doing nothing but making it worse. Y'all want me to tell y'all why? Because they know that Carmelo isn't going to win. I mean, it's common sense. They know that Carmelo isn't going to win. This is just something for a big money grab for Dominique Alexander's name to get out there even more. And that's it, and that's all. I mean, that's just how I look at it. That's just how I look at it. It's no way he'll win this case. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know your comments, thoughts down below. Like I said, happy Mother's Day to all. And regardless, like I said, no matter what color you are or anything, regardless, you had a mentality to lead that. It's something. Just don't talk about it. Focus on you and what you strive to do, and guarantee it's gonna happen. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love to everybody. Catch y'all next one.